You are capable of winning races, but you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Good Wednesday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network, the Dirt Racing Network, and live coverage of the Midwest Truck Series tonight from an all but forgotten venue. I love this place. It is a very big challenge for drivers. Rockingham Speedway. I wish NASCAR would just pull their heads out of their rear ends and take everybody back here at least one time a year. But every once in a while we get a truck race here, so we'll just have to make do with what we can. I like the place. It is a really tough racetrack. It is very rough. It has a lot of character to it, and if you try to overpower the racetrack, it is going to bite back, and you are not going to like it very much. But we've got 28 drivers ready to try to tame the Rock. Our top 4 in points, Vinny, Blevins, Bigelow, and Mackey. Those 4 drivers, well, they'll go to the back after qualifying, as is the handicap system here. And we'll see if somebody inside that top 10 starting positions after those inverts can pull off the upset and win here tonight. Beat all 4 of our top contenders. Our Dash for Cash drivers, well, it is the who's who really in here tonight. It's going to be Adam Vinny, Brandon Mackey, Tony Martin, Corey Blevins, and I am looking for that 4th one. Tyler Chazon will be our 5th Dash for Cash drivers. Hello, Jane, Robert, Barbara. Looking for the rest of the crew. Hopefully they'll come soon. I know I saw a lot of posts on the social media over the last day or two that were helping to promote this thing. So we'll see. Hopefully they get in here. Look at Corey Blevins. He'll be one of our Dash for Cash drivers. And then this guy right here in that 11 truck. The 99 of Brandon Mackey. Also going to be in our top 4. And then old Brock Bigelow. The Midwest Truck Gigolo. And I still like that paint on that truck. I like that red, white, blue with the black on it. One of our Dash for Cash drivers right here. Tyler Chazon, the 44. A lot of these guys changing up their paints, and I'll tell you, every one of them is a big improvement. Hello, Mr. Bill. Where is Mr. Martin? I am looking for the 22 truck, the 22 truck, the 22. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm having a hard time. Oh, there, he's not on track. He's in the pits. He is not out on the track right now. Well, special love here for the 20 truck because that is the only female competitor in the field and every week has improved. Was not here at the All-Star race, but has improved. Every single time we have seen her on the racetrack. That's Austin DeMoore trying to make a pass there. This is going to be tough. That's what you're going to have. You're going to have somebody get out of the groove, find the fence. There goes Bojanic. The 3 truck, he found the fence. Trevor Hakes is out here. I like the nerds on the truck. I do. I definitely like that. I used to have gobstoppers on an old cup car that I raced for a very short time. And I'll tell you what, I really like all the candy stuff. There's so many bright colors. Mr. Garrett Boyd, your All-Star winner last week. Picked up all the cash. A little different look on that truck. Put the gold numbers on. There's Tony Martin. He's out here. Little change in here as he went from being all yellow to being black with a little yellow trim on it. Ooh, he was having fun holding that one down right there. 55 of Gomez. Not far from qualifying, about 2 minutes. I do know that we have been getting some requests for some fall and winter racing. We may be back to 6 nights a week on the network. I'm not sure yet. Frank Ranger, a little different look on that 17 machine tonight. Ranger Creative Concepts truck looks a little different than the last time I saw it. Looks good, though. Always love when I get to see animal on the side of something. Yes, I'm old enough to remember the Muppets. Pretty good look through the whole field. It's going to be interesting for 75 laps. They will have to make at least one pit stop. So we'll see. This place is notorious, absolutely notorious, for chewing up tires. They'll be great for 10 laps, and then you can feel it. It will slow down 2 seconds over the course of a run. Sometimes more, depending on the temperature. But temperature looked like it was pretty good for the race tonight. We're a little overcast. But this place will absolutely chew your tires to death. Makes them hot and unfriendly and uncooperative. .777 of Dylan Herman. And, you know, Mike Forstner made his way. It's a little different paint on that truck. It's the same as it was a couple of weeks ago, but it's different than a lot of his teammates in that green with the chrome wheels on it. Looks good. I'll tell you what, we need to find Adam Vinny because I don't think he put the green hoops on the truck this week. There goes a whole bunch of horsepower for that 11 truck. Uh-oh. Session ended, and I wasn't even looking. That means we're on to qualifying. Yeah, everybody will qualify like normal, and we'll take our top 4 in points, slide them to the back of the field for the start. They're going to have to pass a lot of cars. It is going to be tricky. And those that stop in that top 10, or start in the top 10, excuse me. Oh, he's got the green hoops on it. When I saw that truck a little while ago, it did not have green hoops. It had black. So my trading paints must have updated. So the horsepower back on the truck. Or maybe he was just doing that in practice. Maybe they put the horsepower in it for the qualify. I don't know. Hard to say. Either way, if they start in the top 10 and all 4 of the top 4 are still running at the end, $20 bounty presented by Digital Sim Sports Network will be available to the drivers. But all 4 drivers have to finish, and all 4 drivers have to finish within 1 lap of the leader at the time of the checkered flag. Tiny Dancer peed all over the Wisconsin State Fair for the last day, said, I'm tired of this. Then sent pictures of it to everybody. Looked like a deluge up there. It looked pretty bad, actually. I mean, that's a lot of 9 to 10 inches. That's a lot of water. He was just tired of working, folks. I'm just going to put it out there. Right now, Adam Vinny, Corey Blevins, Tony Martin, Brock Bigelow, and Steven Pearson. The top 5. Bigelow moves to 4th. Chazon up inside the top 5. He moves to 4th. Garrett Boyd jumped up on his second lap to 5th quick. Now we're looking to see Corey Blevins. Lap number 2, the quickest. 1/100th of a second faster. Actually, it's not quite that much. It's only about 8/1000ths of a second faster. Jonathan Scott. Here goes Ryan Combo. He just misses it in the pole dancer special. Getting into the top 5. 6th quick for him. What you up to, Tiny Dancer? Hugh Escobar is on the racetrack in the 72 machine. Around he goes. Lap 2, 21st quick. Everybody has posted a time. Russell Harrell did not make his second lap. He's the only driver right now that hasn't, except for Jacob Watson in the 31, and he is going to streak across the line. New paint on that 31 truck as well, and he will jump into the top 5. So put Watson in there. 2 of our top 5. Only 3 of our top 4 are in the handicap. I'm looking for the 99 truck right now, and I'm having a problem finding him. Oh, there he is. He is 18th right now, but he is going to go to the back anyway. And so that will make it Martin, Watson, Chazon, who's in the dash for cash also, Kamba, Boyd, Jonathan Scott. Whoops, I don't put 3 T's on that word. Todd Kier, Todd Kier. Steve Pearson is going to start in the top 10 tonight as well. Spalding and Forstner, all those drivers will have a shot at the bounty tonight. So Martin, Watson, Chazon, Kamba, Boyd, Scott, Kier, Pearson, Spalding, and Forstner will be the drivers that have a shot at the $20 bounty tonight. Bounty was reset as the $40 that was sitting there from 2 weeks ago was actually rolled into the All-Star race to up the purse a little bit. So we reset it. We started over. How to take the vent apart. The grill should just slide down. A couple of springs ought to, like they're just wire springs, should be holding it on. Otherwise, there's a screw in the very center of the grate that should let you take that down. I haven't seen a picture of it, but that's really the only couple of vents that you should have like that, Scotty. So, all right, let's get ready to go down. And take a look at the starting lineup for this 75-lap race here tonight. Blevins and Vinny will go to the back, along with Brock Bigelow out of row 2. So Tony Martin will scooch to the pole. Tyler Chazon will slide up to the outside of the front row. Jacob Watson in row 2 with Garrett Boyd on the outside. Ryan Kamba and Todd Kier in row 3. Jonathan Scott and Kevin Spalding will make up row number 4. Oh, I missed it. That's my fault. Sorry, folks. Stephen Pearson and Coy Callis in a row. How did I miss Callis's name off of that deal? Because he was 14th. That's why. Forstner and Bojanic. That's row number 7. Row 8 is Demore and Mackey. Nope, Mackey will move back, so it'll be Everett moving up. Andriani and Herman make up a row number 9. A row 10 is McLaughlin and Ranger. Escobar and Mashburn in row number 11. Row 12 is Gomez and Harold. And then Trevor Hakes with the rest of the guys at the back. As all the drivers rolling off, and somebody's center sideways real quick. I think that's Trevor Hakes' truck. He is having a hard time getting going off the starting grid. So it'll be Martin and Chazon, Watson and Boyd on the front row, or front 2 rows. We get ready to drop the green flag. As the pace truck or pace car will drop off and into the zone we go. Green flags in the air. We're underway with the Midwest Truck Series at Rockingham Speedway. Might get a little hectic right off the start here. Let's get back in the middle and watch. They were fanning out 2 and 3 wide, getting down to turn 1. They all think better of that, and they are going to tiptoe it around for a couple of laps, let the tires get up to temperature. But Martin, Watson will go 1-2, Boyd, then Chazon. Chazon from the outside of that front row all the way back to 4th. And we just complete lap number 1. Kamba is 5th. Keir, Scott, Pearson, Spalding, and Forstner going at it side by side. Spalding way up to the outside wall. It is super bumpy up top. And you can see it bumped him to the fence, and he is just going to lose speed. He is going to have to try to get that thing back up underneath him. Might be a little early to be going to the top. We're going to have caution already. A whole bunch of them are going to crash here for us. 3 or 4. Escobar and Indriani making contact, and then Dylan Herman gets in there. So does Bojanic. Frank Ranger got a little bitty piece, but I think he is going to be okay. We're watching Indriani right now, and then we're going to watch Herman as he spun it out on the high banking. A little bent sheet metal. Bojanic's got left front damage. Trevor Hakes got through it. So it doesn't take long, couple of laps, and we are back. At pace speed. Did you not find what I had mentioned, Mr. King? About that vent hose being off at the flange? All right, Tony Martin out front. Jacob Watson, Garrett Boyd, Tyler Chazon, Todd Keir, Ryan Kamba, Jonathan Scott, Mike Forstner, Stephen Pearson, and Austin DeMore, the top 10. Kevin Spalding, after that brush with the fence, fell all the way back to 11th. He was about 7th when that happened. Bojanic, Indriani, and Herman all to the pits looking to get some damage repaired early. I went to the driver's meeting and I heard them say, the track is rough, it's bumpy. You're going to want to be careful the first handful of laps. Going to double them up, get them ready to go back to green flag racing. Truck rolling off of pit road, Indriani, and I don't think she's going to beat the pace car. She's going to have to wait at the end of pit road, risk the black flag. Yeah, probably going to get a black flag here. Got to wait till the whole field passes. So Tony Martin will get us restarted. Coming off of caution number 1. Pace car is going to get out of the way. Into the zone goes Mr. Martin. The green flag flies. And off we go once again. Martin back to the point. Watson, Boyd, Chazon to the top 4, but it is a mad scramble behind that. That is Keir in the 88. Up into the 5th spot. And I thought he was going to take a look to the inside. Battle for the lead. Watson going to go right after Martin, and he's going to grab it, getting into 1 and 2. So new leader. Put Watson out front, and he is going to go to that higher line. Not quite to the fence. He's about a lane down from the wall. It is a little easier on the tires. You can carry more speed without as much throttle. But there's not any room for error. If that truck were to break loose, he is going to probably smack the fence pretty quick. Martin's still second, but Boyd is right there, and Boyd's going to put pressure on Martin coming out of 4. He'll peek to the inside on the dog leg, and he'll probably have position getting into 1 and 2. Whether he'll clear him or not will be something completely different. Yeah, that high side is going to have a lot of momentum. Keir still 5th. It's becoming a battle for 6th now. Forstner is in the spot, but he's got him too wide behind, trying to chase him down. Jonathan Scott and Austin Demore. We're going to peek back. Furthest up of our top four is going to be Adam Vinny. Adam Vinny running 16th and in the middle of traffic right now. Brock Bigelow and Corey Blevins are 18 and 19, and they're battling each other. Trying to get around you, Escobar here. Brandon Mackey. He's 14th. Also, Mackey got around Vinny when I wasn't looking, and he's the furthest up of our top four right now. But there goes Adam Vinny, 2 for 1 off the high side. He goes around Kamba and Mackey, and he'll move himself up to 13th. Watson about 6.5 tenths out in front of Garrett Boyd, who got around Tony Martin. Martin still third. Shazon and Kier 4 and 5. We're getting a little bit spread out now. Demore trying to close in on Forstner. Jonathan Scott cruising behind that. Same for McLaughlin in that 77 truck, but it is a madhouse behind him. Pearson, Everett, Vinny, Spalding. Indriani is a lap truck trying to stay close. 3 laps down at this point. That black flag and had to go serve it, but just as quick as the group she's racing with. So Vinny gets around Everett right there. That is going to put him just outside the top 10. There's Bojanic, who is laps down as well. He is 1 lap down. That truck damaged enough. He's off the pace a bit. Jacob Watson still out front. Gap closing just a little, not much. It's taken a handful of laps now. He closed up a 10th. Garrett Boyd has closed that gap a little. Tony Martin still solidly in 3rd. Shazon's hanging in 4th, and Kira's still 5th. It's getting interesting behind that because Forstner and Demore are going at it, and Demore's going to take a spot away. So good pass from Mr. Demore. I think he can see on his relative that Adam Vinny's now cracked the top 10, and he is going to try to get on the loud pedal and get that thing moving. Scott is still here, and Jonathan Scott, well, he's got about 0.6 of a second over Adam Vinny, and that's going to close up. Stephen Pearson now trying to follow Vinny closer to the front. He runs 10th. McLaughlin and Mackey are going to go out. Mackey's going to go way up top. There was almost contact right there. Blevins is going to take advantage and try to take a spot away. Everett thought about making it 3 wide in that group. This is just outside the top 10. 11, 12, 13, 14. Best racing on the track right now, right there. Mackey took it in behind McLaughlin, cut it down the hill, and got a big run up the backstretch. And move Mackey 1 spot closer to the front. He runs 12th now. He's behind Blevins. Everybody pushing it a little higher, a little higher. We saw Brock Bigelow catch the fence right there. Just a tiny little brush of the fence coming out of turn number 2. Kind of a roadblock in front of Bigelow. McLaughlin and Everett side by side right there battling. Now they get single file, and Bigelow's going to try to take advantage of the open lane on the bottom. Could not work his way around that momentum off the top side of these corners. We're going back to the front. Gap has maintained at about half a second. Watson grabbed the lead, and he's been able to keep it. Frank Chavez, the first truck under green flag that's going to go a lap down, it looks like. He's back here running 22nd. He is just barely in front of your leader right there. Boyd lost a little bit of time out of turn number 2. Lost about 0.2. DeMoore is still 6th, but the 11 truck is getting bigger and bigger in his mirror. Because Vinny now has passed his way up to that 7th spot. Jonathan Scott almost had a moment right there. I thought he was going to catch a lot of fence, and he just missed it by fractions of an inch. Blevins, 9th now around Forstner. Now looks like he's going to go around Jonathan Scott as well. Scott struggling on the high side. Brandon Mackey, 11th. Was right with Adam Vinny, was actually in front of him. And now has kind of stalled out there at 11th place, and several drivers have gotten by him. We're just past the 1/3 point. Caution early. And nothing since. Been pretty uneventful thus far, these 27 laps. Watson still trying to reel in Chavez and put him a lap down. Sean McLaughlin is on pit road. 77 truck must have problems. Hake is on pit road. And so is Mashburn. So we'll see. Drivers starting to make early pit stops. They got a long ways to go. They'll have almost 50 laps they'll have to put on tires here. And I was saying it once before that this place is just terrible for tires. There's a brush on the fence by the 23 of Chavez, and that's going to let the leader catch him just a little bit quicker. Now the decision will have to be made. Where am I going to go? And he goes to the inside, getting into 3. Almost thought it was going to be a slider across the nose. And Chavez just rolls up, lets the top 2 go right on by. Adam Vinny has made a pass on Austin DeMoore, and he just clears him, getting out of 4. Put him into the top 4 now. Here comes Blevins. It's Corey Blevins following the 11 right on through. We are creeping in on halfway very quickly here. 88 truck of Todd Keir going to jump out of the way. That is going to give 3rd place to the 11, and 4th place to DeMoore, 5th place to Blevins as they start to clear out. The battle's getting close at the front. We'll go back there as soon as we can see if Blevins can clear DeMoore and start reeling in the 11 truck, I should say. He'll do it out of 4, coming to complete 32. And now Watson's got his hands full because Boyd is there. He's within a truck length. Boyd went to the bottom. Watson went to the top. They are 6 seconds ahead of Vinny and Blevins. And there's a lot of momentum and a lot of carry on the top side of the racetrack. Shorter? Yeah, the bottom is way shorter, but you got to tiptoe to get around it. This time, both drivers have to go to the top as they go around Frank Ranger. Ranger already a couple of laps down. Make that 4 laps officially now. Only truck under 25 seconds right now. This guy right here in the 24. And he's reeling in the third place truck of Adam Vinny. He's been a 1/10 of a second quicker every single lap for the last 5 laps. This time he was nearly 2/10 of a second quicker. Vinny with a little brush of the fence into turn 3, and Blevins is going to sneak by on the bottom. Move Blevins to 3rd, Vinny to 4th, DeMore is still 5th. Brock Bigelow now up to 6th, and he is coming along. He's running lap times comparable to our leader, Watson, right now. So Watson has kind of squirted away from Garrett Boyd once again. We are working on halfway this time, and caution. Bad news for driver 4. Forstner. Oh, he got some help. He got a little help from Jacob Mashburn right there. I'd like to go back a little further and see what that looked like. Yeah. Forstner was going around a lap truck, and I think the 125 just was carrying a little more speed down to turn 1 than Forstner thought. He was going to get that line clean, and the truck was down on the inside. So that'll slow things down. Everybody's going to get to make a pit stop. And we're just past halfway, so we'll see. It's going to bunch everybody back up, and that means that some of these guys are going to go pretty hard. And they'll be able to. Let's check on our 4 invert drivers. Corey Blevins 3rd, Adam Vinny 4th, Brock Bigelow 6th, Brandon Mackey 9th. So not only did they go back to 25th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, they've all made it up to the top 10 before we reached halfway. We're going to watch our 2 leaders right here, watching Watson and Boyd make pit stops. Boyd is in his pit stall. Left side's going on. And Watson looks like he'll get down and away, and they'll come out 1-2 just like they went in. Now, let's see. Blevins, Forstner, then Vinny, then DeMore. Bigelow will be right behind that. Pearson, Mackey, Scott, and Spalding are going to be the top 10 when we get ready to go back to green. But in first, out first. And Mike Forstner waving around. And he'll rejoin the back of the pack. Put himself back on the lead lap. That'll put 14 trucks. As we take all the wave around trucks. We're on pit road during that run and got a lap down or got laps down. They all stayed out to stay in front of the leader and get a lap back. We're going to end up, I still think it's only going to be maybe 16, 17. I'm waiting for them to cycle through. We'll probably get ready to go green by the time some of these guys get back around to the back of this field. We're going to expand the field out to 20 on the lead lap when we go back to green here. Pace car is in. They hit the zone. The green flag falls quickly. Watson was ready on the outside. Boyd, maybe not so much. Watson will keep the lead. Oh, big wiggle for the 21. Garrett Boyd, wow. Great piece of driving. Didn't lose but about 10 feet. To the 31, Blevins. Tucked in behind the 21. And then the 11 truck of Adam Vinny tucked in behind him. Austin DeMoore is still fifth with Brock Bigelow looking on the inside, trying to take the spot away. Brandon Mackey is right there, and so is Steven Pearson. One mistake, and a whole lot of spots could change hands real quick. Up front, Watson had a challenge from Boyd for a moment, and he is going to be able to get away and escape that challenge and keep the lead. Top four with a little bit of a breakaway, about 1 second over who is fifth in this thing now. Brock Bigelow got around Austin DeMoore while we were back here watching these guys. Blevins thinking about the inside on Boyd. He gets a good run from the center out. He'll pull up alongside. I don't think he can maintain that. Too much momentum. But he'll be there getting into 3 and 4. When they come out of turn 4, he is liable to be right alongside the 21. That is fender to the fender, but couldn't keep it there. Now Boyd will go back in on the bottom. This to Adam Vinny went down the corner and went up and really gave the wall a good pounding. I don't know if he put damage on the right side of that truck or not, but we'll know in just a moment. It just didn't stick. Everything looks to be in order. Maybe a little scuff right behind the door. Bigelow been a little quicker than the guys up front. Just a tiny bit. About 0.02 of a second the last 2 laps. So he is Fred Flintstone in that 27 truck for everything he's got. Go back towards the front because Watson's got about 4 truck lengths, 5 truck lengths now. Top 4 still out in front by a little over a second. Over 5th place, 6th place, 7th place. That's Bigelow, DeMoore, and Mackey. Pearson is hanging tough in 8th, and Spalding is right behind him. Jonathan Scott is 10th, and Ryan Kamba just outside that top 10 in 11th. Then is a giant gap back to Michael Everett and company. Garrett Boyd under fire. Blevins is going to go by on the bottom. This is going to be a side-by-side battle. It's kind of something that I think Mr. Vinny wants to see in front of him. It'll give him an opportunity to close up, and that time Boyd jugged the fence getting into 3, and Blevins gets the freebie. He had position on the inside. I think it was just a matter of time. Now, Boyd is going to battle with Vinny. They're going to stay side by side, I think, here in 3 and 4. That is where the guys on the inside get a tiny advantage, especially getting in the corner. Maybe not as much right here on the exit, but Vinny slides in front and just slammed the door, and Boyd never lifted. Vinny was trying to avoid the 2 truck of Coy Callis down there slow. Bigelow still 5th. He'll deal with Callis next. He's gotten away from DeMoore a little bit. DeMoore is still being hounded by Mackey. Mackey's 7th. Back in the front. Down to a 1/4 second. Under a 1/4 second. Make it 0.2 of a second. First to second is Corey Blevins. Closing in on Jacob Watson now. It's 0.8 of a second back to Adam Vinny. Vinny still has Boyd tucked in tight behind. Lap traffic right in front. I think that's a 17 of Frank Ranger. It is. He'll go to the bottom and let the leaders go. Look at how far around the speedway they are spread. Almost a full conveyor belt. We're going to be down to 20 to go. This has gone by very, very quickly. Watson has got to the front very early, and he has not relinquished the lead, but I think he's going to get a challenge probably this next lap because Blevins is finding a little rhythm, getting off of turn 4 and through the bottom of 1 and 2, and there is a big surge. Man, he got a launch coming out of 2. Watson not giving up on it. Watson eligible for the bounty. He's got to hold him off, and he can't keep the 24 behind him any longer. We're coming around to 18 laps to go, and Corey Blevins will make our third leader this evening. It's official all right here, and it is 3/4 of a second back to the third place truck of Adam Vinny, and just a tiny bit further back to Garrett Boyd, but it's about 2 1/4 seconds to Brock Bigelow in 5th, and he's all by himself in 5th place right now. There goes Mashburn to the top side. He's going to let everybody go again, and Mashburn about 15, 17 laps down right now. Tires get greasy. They get hot. Trucks slip and slide. Go take a ride with your points leader here. Going to get a challenge from Boyd, as Boyd got a little bit of a run out of 4, and he's going to try to use the bottom pole alongside. This right here, that's where you got to be able to get the power down, because off the top, you're already going 6-7 miles an hour faster when they exit the corner. If the guy on the bottom can't get the power down to the track, he just cannot make up the difference with length being shortened as he can with the speed that is being generated off the high side. That time, Vinny, a little contact. Yeah, they're going to catch each other. We're going to catch a caution. Maybe we won't. They're all going to go to the infield. We may stay green. Vinny nicked the fence coming out of turn 2, and Boyd was right there. We'll go take a look again, and we'll look at it from the drone cam. We just got off of it. You can see he bumps the fence right across Boyd's nose and then punts him back into traffic, and Boyd trying to hold on to the truck. Got it across. We have stayed green. We do not have a yellow flag, and we are down to 12 laps to go. Both trucks went down to the infield. They were able to fire and get rolling. And no caution coming out if you're not in the racing groove. And Blevins now has opened it up. He's 0.4 of a second ahead of Watson, and 3 3/4 seconds ahead of what is now third place Brock Bigelow. Mackey is up to 4. Spalding, Scott, DeMore, Pearson, Kamba, and Everett are the top 10, and Everett's getting hounded by Hugh Escobar in 11th. Now Watson's starting to close back in on Blevins. Got it down to just a couple of truck lengths as they're going to work around Forster here. And Forster not giving it up. He was on the inside, come out of 2, and he took the truck to the high side in front of the leaders, and he stayed there through 3 and 4, and he is fighting. Now falls in line. Third truck a lap down. He is exactly 1 lap down. Does Watson have anything left in those Goodyear tires to go after Corey Blevins? Bounty's on the line. All 4 still in the race. Now we're going to see, because Adam Vinny is in the pits, he may not. He's going to cancel the Bounty, as he is 6 laps down. So Adam Vinny did not return to the racing surface, and he cancels the Bounty. So the Bounty will double next week. Take it from 20 to 40. Back to a quarter second. Gap starting to open up. Bigelow not closing up at all. In fact, has lost another half second to these guys. Spalding is 4th. Mackey now is up to 5th. So Blevins, Bigelow, and Mackey from the back of the field into the top 5 at the end of this. Scott Namore, Pearson, Comba, Everett. A top 10 run going right now for him. Still 18 trucks on the lead lap. Mike Forstner, first truck a lap down. Or 17 on the lead lap, and Forstner in 18th is the first truck a lap down. But he has only been lapped by the top 2. Four to go for Blevins. Be 3 to go this time coming out of turn 4. And once again, Frank Ranger right in front of our leaders. He'll stay to the outside, let him go. Let him keep racing for it. Two to go this time by. Blevins go from the back to the front. Coming around out of 4, white flag will fly this time. Top 2 absolutely gone. There goes your third place truck. So we'll come around, and Corey Blevins is looking to pick up the win. Rockingham goes to the 24. Watson closed it up. Too little, too late. He's going to finish 2nd. And Brock Bigelow will come across the line in 3rd. Then Kevin Spalding in 4th, and Brandon Mackey. So our top 5 had 3 of the 4 trucks that went to the back. Well, hello, Austin. Welcome to the show. Start finding our driver. feel like I'm going to have to do some. Oh, there's Corey Blevins. We're going to move him. Okay. Where'd he go? Oh, he moved himself. Good deal. I like it when they do that. All right, guys. Now you're just messing with me. I got to find a better camera angle because they all moved around on me. That's going to be as good as it gets. Talk to our first one. All right, let's get ready to talk to our third place driver. He had to go to the back of the field, but a long way, 75 laps, and he crawls back to third. Brock Bigelow, all in all, looks like a pretty good night of racing for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, after starting all the way to the back, passed a lot of trucks, dodged a few incidents. Yeah, not a bad day's work.
And this track, not forgiving in any way, shape, or form. We'll eat your tires. We'll make them hot. We'll get them pissed off at you. And that fence, if you are just a little bit off on the exit of 2 or 4, that fence is just absolutely brutal.
Oh, for sure. I found the wall a couple times there towards the end because I burned up the right front. And, yeah, this is the first time actually I've ever raced here. So I was learning on the fly. Didn't get to do the practice race on Monday like we usually do because I had some other stuff come up. And it was trial by fire and having to pass trucks. And, I mean, this place is so much fun. I mean, it drives like Dover and Bristol and Richmond and just all these awesome tracks all rolled into one. But also very unforgiving.
Well, it's got its own personality completely because it's bumpy as all get out through all the corners. The entries, you go fly off in the corner. It takes forever, it feels like, for the truck to land. Once it does, then you're kind of bouncing around the whole time you're going through the corner. This track, low on grip, eats your tires. I mean, you're probably pretty wore out because you were just working in there the whole 75 laps.
I mean, it's a good thing that I've been training for a half marathon, so I had the stamina to saw on the wheel for 75 laps. I mean, credit where credit's due. I mean, this field did a phenomenal job at keeping it clean. We only had one caution for incident the entire time. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, no, two. It was 2 cautions. Sorry, but still, I mean, we had long green flag runs, and yeah, like you said. That's just rough, and you can take so many different entries. You can take so many different lines. I mean, I was having luck backing the corner up to try and not smoke the right front quite so bad, and yeah, I mean, like I said, learning as you go, but it was a lot of fun.
Well, an awesome job, man. Some shouts and thank yous. We'll let you get ready to head out of here.
Thank you. I'd like to thank Beardsconsin and Wabam Car Care Products, Dan Bundy Logging, Nye Welding Equipment, all the fine folks here at Midwest Sim Sports for putting on an awesome league, and all these drivers for putting on an awesome show. I mean, it was fun. I wish I could have got a little closer to make it a 3-horse race, not a 2-horse race. Felt like I had something for them there at the end, but just kind of got caught out in lap traffic, which happens. It's all part of racing. And thank you for doing what you're doing, and hopefully it'll be a couple positions higher next week.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great run.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Brock Bigelow finishing in third, and now let's grab one of the fan favorites in the chat. They say he's coming. He's getting closer, and he is. He is one spot out of it tonight. Jacob Watson, you led a lot of it. I think maybe just a little mistake is all that cost you this race. You brushed the fence and let the 24 truck get by you.
Yeah, whenever that caution came out, we really had to push with Blevins. And I think we both used up our stuff, but I think he had a little bit more in turns 1 and 2 than I did. But I would catch him in 3 and 4 and reel him back in, and we were just yo-yoing. Man, that was fun. That was a good time.
Well, I was talking to Mr. Bigelow, and I don't know how many times you've run, especially the trucks at Rockingham, but this track has so much character. The bumps, the fact that it doesn't have a ton of grip. It will eat your tires and make them very angry at you, and there's so many different places you can run on the track if you're very careful. You kind of used a lot of those tonight. just to stay out front.
Yeah, I was kind of using the whole track. I would enter low, kind of drift up high, then exit low, and I mean, I don't know. It felt like a consistent speed in and out of the corner. I wasn't really pushing, it felt like, and I thought I could do it really consistently, and didn't. I never once had a mishap where I really got loose or anything. So that was the main reason I was going with that.
Well, in the last 10 laps, we watched you reel him in a couple of times. Just not enough momentum to go and force a run.
Yeah, man. Every time I would close up to him, and then he would leave me in the next corner. Then I'd close up to him, and then we started getting in lap traffic, and it was kind of hard guessing which lane the lap traffic was going to be, because I mean this is my first time running this good, so maybe we can keep it going though, Roger.
Well, that'd be good. A lot of the fans in in my chat for you would definitely like to see that, and they're saying you're just better every week, and it's showing out, man. So give me some shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you get out of here.
I'd like to shout out you for broadcasting this every week. We greatly appreciate it. I got some new sponsors on the truck. We got TCW Construction, want to give a shout out to. Fountain City Landscaping, Paul over at Velocity Race Wraps. If you ever need any kind of race wraps, make sure to hit him up. He's a good guy, and he'll get it done quick.
All right, man. Well, congrats on the run. I will look forward to seeing you back next week.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, man.
That is Jacob Watson. He finishes in second tonight, and now we'll move on. I wasn't convinced he was going to get there in time, and I think the caution helped a ton. But at the end, he looked like a little bit faster truck than everybody else. Corey Blevins, you're going to put it in victory circle again.
Yes, sir. I think it's the design on this truck. Remember how I said a couple weeks ago, I said it's the design on the truck? Because
you were going to stay with it.
Truck.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to stay with it.
There you go. 2 for 2 now, right?
So, yeah, 2 for 2 in it. So back to back, if you don't count the All-Star. So, and then we're going to my home track next week, Kentucky. It's not really a track anymore, but we can pretend it is, right?
Right. I sure do wish it was.
Yes, for sure.
In the truck, it is probably my favorite track.
Yeah, I went to almost every race but like one. So when they had the Cup Series there, so I'm really looking forward to going there. I've won there a few times in iRacing as well, so that helps. I almost started in the back tonight and drove all the way up there. That caution really helped me. I honestly don't think I could have made up 6 seconds, to be honest. We'd probably be sitting here. I'd probably be third, maybe second. I may have been able to get to second potentially, but yeah, 6 seconds would have been quite a bit to make up.
Well, a lot of vehicles to pass, and I talked to the other two guys already about how much character this track has and what it does. It heats up your tires. It makes them mad at the driver. They're just mad to begin with anyway, but it really makes them mad when you're racing this place because the high banks, the high speeds, you carry a lot of momentum through the corners. But if you're off your line just a little bit, you can find a whole lot of trouble in a hurry, and you guys are in there working, just getting through the corners, and then you got to deal with the exits. And all night long, we saw guys getting a little sideways. How many times did you have pucker moments tonight?
Not as many as I thought I would. There's a couple. I think it might have been towards the beginning of the race, especially in all that traffic. There was one point where I kind of locked my brakes up because of all the other trucks in front of me. I just, I didn't expect the bigger checkups. That took a little bit of adjusting on my end, but it was tough getting through all those trucks. It was taking me quite a long time. I'm like, I don't know if this is going to happen or not. It was a big disadvantage starting in the back, but I still ended up at the front, so I can't really complain too much. And 3 extra points for getting the pole too, so that helps a little bit.
Awesome job, man. Shout outs and thank yous. We'll let you go celebrate.
Yeah, just shout outs to you for broadcasting every week. As always, I appreciate it. And then Keys Architects and Associates. Always been on my truck since I started. So.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate the time. Congrats on the win. We'll see you next week at Kentucky and see if you go 3 for 3.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Roger.
Corey Blevins picking up the win here tonight. That is 2 in a row for him. The All-Star race, well, that's just a fun race for everybody. Let us take a quick look at our results. Blevins, Watson, Bigelow, 1, 2, 3. Spalding in 4th. Good run for Kevin tonight. Mackey, one of our invert 4. Let's see who picked up. I'm going to look through here. I think Blevins actually gets a dash for cash, too. Yeah. Corey Blevins wins a dash for cash as well. Mackey was 5th, Scott 6th. 7th was Demore, 8th Pearson, 9th Everett, Kamba in 10th, Escobar 11th, 12th was Chazon, Boyd in 13th after the late race incident with Adam Vinny. And they were just racing hard for 2nd and 3rd. And that wall, it got at them, and the next thing you know, boom, big wreck. So no caution for it as they both slid to the infield and were able to get the trucks righted and keep going. Tony Martin, 14th. Frank Chavez, 15th. Kier, 16th. Harold was 17th. 18th was Forstner. Callison, 19th. Indriani, 20th place. Bad night. Got a black flag early and just never did have a chance to recover from that, so she'll finish 20th tonight. Bojanic, 21st. Vinny, 22nd after that incident with about 11 to go. Ranger was 23rd. 24th was Mashburn. Gomez in 25th. McLaughlin, 26th. Hakes, 27th, and Dylan Herman, 28th. 7 laps is all he was able to complete tonight. Hopefully we'll see a different performance out of that 777 truck, because I do like that truck as a great homage back to the Jimmy Spencer and the late era of NASCAR, the early era, I guess, because that is my favorite era. So I want to thank all y'all for being here. Without you, there's no reason for us to do this without all the awesome leagues giving us great racing like you saw right here tonight. Once in a great wild track, Rockingham Speedway. Hope we come back here again soon. Without that, nothing for us to do. So high fives and pats on the back all the way around. Till we see you the next time. Peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down and come back and see us as soon as you can.